hello.
Oh, I can't hear you all of a sudden. I can't hear
Uh-oh.
anything all of a sudden. I was like, why doesn't our jingle have sound? Hold on. I'm going to fix myself. Hi, good morning, everybody.
Hi, good morning. I was like, I can hear everything.
Oh, now I can kind of hear. What the heck? Okay.
Can you hear now?
I think I
can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear now.
Can you hear me now?
So did our intro have a song? Did it have music?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My computer just spazzed out. Cool. Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited.
We gotta. If it's not chaotic, then it's not Glittering Gators. So
this is how we roll. This is how it is.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. I hope everybody is safe after all these storms.
For real.
Oof, it's been a rough one. It's still rough.
Yeah. How long does the season last?
Until about October sometimes. We had gotten it was close to mid-October last year or year before last that we had one, summer late season.
That's lame. Lame.
I don't like it.
Just a little bit. I know. It's terrible. So hopefully everybody's able to stay out of the worst of it and keep themselves and their loved ones safe. Vintage says November 5th, I believe, is
November 5th. It'll end this year.
Oh,
it's so hot.
Welcome to Glitter and Gators, everybody.
Welcome.
We're here. Look at my sweater. I just have to show everybody. Look at this shit. Isn't this amazing?
Y'all see mine in a bit.
Y'all know Danny made this, right? Oh my God, I'm obsessed. I love it so much. I am in for all the cozy vibes today.
It is the best. Sweatshirts is my season.
All of it. Just all of it. And when do you think it'll get cool enough for you to be able to wear yours?
So we had a little cool front. So I already started busting it out a little bit. But then it'll heat back up, then it'll cool back off. It'll heat back up, it'll cool back off. So I still got a ways to go. But like I set myself, I make it happen. Like we having gumbo today. So we about to turn the AC real low. We about to get cool and eat some gumbo. So
heck yeah. Oh my goodness.
Sweater weather equals gumbo season. And I'm here for it.
Here for it. That's amazing. Oh, that reminds me. I need to throw the prompts in the chat. Because I said I forgot. Let me throw that in, or not in the chat, but in the stream. But we're doing a tag today. We made a tag together, and we're super excited.
I mean, to be fair, I was like, we should probably think of these, and Lisa was like, oh, what about this and this and this? She did them. It was like she was on a roll. I was like, yes. And then I would think about something. I would go to type it, and she was like, oh, what about this? I'm like, oh, she got it already.
The worst. I was on a roll. It was like a productive day.
You were. It was like
whole thing.
Down and out.
Yeah, it was good. But I think it's because I'm ready for fall. Like I'm legitimately so ready to like cozy, rainy day, read books. Like just I am beyond. I'm past ready. Like I was ready a while ago.
I'm like, I want to smell spiced something. I don't care if it's, like spice cake, if it's cinnamon apples, if it's pumpkins. I don't care. I want something spiced, cinnamon and clovey, and
yes,
it
please.
just makes it feel all the more like my grandpa used to say, all the more better.
Yeah.
All the more better.
All the more better. That's amazing. I love it. I'm here for it. We have prompts to share. I put them in the chat. I should actually change my back. I mean, the fall color is kind of behind us. Looks kind of, I'll leave it. Well, no, maybe I'll change it. Not me being chaotic like usual. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's been a very high energy week for me, and I'm not quite down yet.
Not down yet. No. Is Cancer still in Mars being really pissed off and wild? Because I feel that energy so hard.
Was Mars in Cancer?
Yeah, it was bad. Like they're like, oh, it's like villain era. Like Cancers are going to be going through it. Check on your Cancer friends. I'm like, yeah, man, check on us. We're not doing well.
We're not all right. We're not all right.
Oh, we need help. Yeah, it's something about Mars, and I don't know enough to like really go at it. But yeah, Mars doesn't like to be in Cancer because we we're a little extra. We're too much. And so
Oh my gosh.
from what I read, maybe I'm wrong.
Saskatoon apple cider. That sounds incredible,
cider.
first of all. Y'all, I just put the prompts in like just now. So if you refresh your screen, the prompts will be down below. And we'll also put them on the screen as we're going through them. So you'll see the little ticker thingy going across. And
Okay, yeah, it is still in Cancer. Yeah, I thought so. They were like a few months. Like, we're gonna deal with this for a few months. So.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm ready for all of the things. Oh, nutmeg candles. That sounds incredible.
And like normally I'm not a food smell kind of girl. Like don't at me with food smelling candles, no cookies, really? No nothing. Like, oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But anything spiced.
Then yes.
Mm-hmm.
I want like sugar cookie candles. I want brownies. I want apple pie. Give me all of the cozy edible scents all day long. The fragrance oil I'm wearing now called Jack, I talked about it in my loot drop, smells like everything's spiced and crisp and it's delicious. But you'd like that because it's not edible.
Oh yeah, I would probably like that.
I have like a vanilla cakey one. I just realized I'm gonna hardwire.
Oh, see, I don't like that.
It's actually funny. I'll be right back. I just
Vintage Moon, yes. July 9th, yes, we do. I was trying to type it and then I was like, I gave up. I gave up. Oh, here we go. Luminous Lunar says Mars in Cancer is going to be square. The Libra planets, so Libra Sun, Mercury, and New Moon, which translates to lots of tension. Yeah. See, yeah, apples work for me. But like if it goes into the realm of like a caramel or a vanilla, like,
there it is.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, apples. Well, I love baked goods. I want all the baked goods in candles.
See, I like apples. I like citrus though. I love like a grapefruit or like a lemon kind of smell. I don't know why. Like
I love citrus. Like most of the time,
blood
my
orange,
body washes, hand soaps, all citrus. Yes.
Love a citrus.
Yes.
Love a citrus.
Oh my gosh. I have a coffee. What are you drinking?
I am drinking a coffee / chai tea. So I just threw a chai tea bag in my coffee and just vibing with that. It's kind of cool.
You mentioned it you mentioned it in the glide. It has a name, dirty chai.
I think they call it a dirty chai. I could be completely wrong. Yeah, but I think
that sounds familiar. So we just
like woodsy. I like musky. I like amber. Like it's those like.
Oh, I love
like
amber.
I wore amber oil for the longest time. Right now, I am wearing this like it's like cardamom and sandalwood.
That sounds like incredible. I love cardamom.
Oh, it's so good. It's like I don't know. I like those like deep smells.
Yeah, I feel like I know exactly what smells you're describing. Like when I'm at Bath and Body Works and I'm sniffing the candles, right? Like there's definitely they've got several scents that kind of go into those kind of more woodsy or like to me they start to smell cologne-y and then I'm like and then I pull back. I like that sweet floral food, vanilla, bergamots, lavenders. I like all that kind of stuff. But as soon as it starts to get into, but there's one exception. There's a scent called snake oil from Bee Pal. I don't think it goes cologne, but it is a unisex scent, and it's heavy on the amber. I would say it's very sultry and like, oh my god, it smells incredible. It is like I don't even know how to describe it.
I'm a cologne-y kind of girl. Like I will literally mix whatever I'm wearing with like Jacob's cologne.
Oh,
or like I'll wear like I'll get men's body wash because it holds that like woodsy amber scent. I don't know. I love like I will go for a more masculine smell over feminine mostly. Now I like floral.
That totally makes sense.
Floral is where I'm at, but once it gets to sweet,
but are you like I was gonna say, are you like night floral, like jasmine and like those kinds of like orchids and have you ever smelled okay, going down this rabbit hole is super dangerous, but have you ever smelled
we will get to our tag, you guys.
I swear to God we will. But have you ever smelled Tom Ford's scents? Because he does a lot of like unisex. He did one called, I think it's literally called Fucking Fabulous or something. It's hideously expensive. I got a sample of it.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
But you would probably love that scent. It's got that kind of like, he does mysterious scents really well. I actually love his black, is it black orchid? Black.
See, I think I've smelled that one. It's been a hot minute. There was, where were we? We might have been in Houston. There was a place that had them kind of set up. Hey, Dawn. They were like set up and you could smell like the individual scent, like notes and like, I don't know. It was like this whole thing.
Yeah. You could sample.
But it's been a hot minute. Yeah.
I like it. Love that. I love that. There's one more. Oh God, scents are such a fall thing too.
They are because like Jacob and I usually go ham, so it's like those like leaves and like campfire woodsy smells and
I love. What is that? What is that winter one? That winter one that comes out by Bath and Body Works. It's the only candle I've ever been completely obsessed with. It's something like it's like fire plus snow. I forget what it's called.
Ooh.
It really smells like wood fire and crisp cold snow. I don't even know how to describe that scent. Somebody's gonna know. It does.
But it literally gave me chills because I was like, I know what that smells like. Oh my God, I want that smell. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to know something else that's really weird now? When I associate smells like that, when I associate anything with like snow.
What?
Because most of my like snow knowledge was literally like northern Texas and southeast Colorado. It also is tied into a like cow. I don't want to like a cow smell. Cow. Moo cow. A moo cow. Have you ever been to a ranch? There's like a smell. It's like hay.
I know exactly that smell.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like it's so like snow is also now so tied to that because of the places that I've been in when I've experienced snow. Not like Denver is the middle of a cow field, but like I was in southeast Colorado, which is in the middle of a cow field. Like, it is a cow field, and that's where I experienced the most amount of snow. So like there's also like a faint hint of cow shit. I don't know. It's a weird thing now.
And it's like intermingled for you?
Oh, it's like intermingled in my mind where I'm like, I love snow, but I don't like cow shit. So how do I
balance my love of this scent with like, well, there's
with like also manure, you know what I mean? Like, how do we
lost you.
What happened? Hold on.
Are you on the bad internet? Because you were choppy too a little bit. Just visually, I was hearing you really good.
No, let me double check.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why
We'll just hang out. We'll hang out with your icon. It's fine.
Wait. Okay, wait. This is a different camera, but hold on.
Okay, you take your time.
Settings.
Why are we tripping? Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know what. Like my camera just went off. Everything is still fine.
This is my favorite way to make chai because it makes your entire home smell incredible. It's where you basically take your pot of water and you literally put all your stuff in it. Cinnamon, cardamom. I put so much extra cardamom in when I do it this way. Aniseed, like black pepper, like corns, like all of it. And then you just simmer. And when it's really like, you let it simmer for a while. And then when it's like reduces down, you throw your tea bags in, steep those. And then at the very end, you add your milk and whatever sweetener or whatever. And then you pour it.
Have you ever had golden milk?
Yes, I've made it.
Because I've made it with like that. And that's what it reminded me of. And oh my God, it was like so lush and so delicious. Like
Golden milk is the most comforting thing. Why did I drink? I started drinking it for a reason though, like not just the taste, but like
I did
I can't
too.
remember.
I don't, mine might have been
Inflammation or something?
inflammation.
Yeah, it might have been inflammation, something like that. And somebody said, "Oh, drink golden milk," and oh my
Golden
God,
milk.
that's something to try this fall if you've never tried it. Try
That is
golden
good.
milk, especially if you like it's very turmeric forward, right? If you like
Yeah,
turmeric,
you gotta have to. You're gonna have to like turmeric to like
yeah,
golden milk.
yeah. But oh my gosh, it's so good. I love the scent conversation. I am so here. This is so fall to talk scent. And now I'm like, oh man, we should have had a prompt about your favorite scent. So feel free to add that as a bonus.
Yeah, add that as a bonus since we spent 15 minutes talking about it.
Talking about scent. Like that's how it's gonna be. Do we want to jump into our first prompt?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Perfect. Okay, so our first one is sweater weather. A deck that makes you feel comfy. It says dozy. I'm gonna fix that. Hold please. Comfy cozy, not comfy dozy. I mean, sometimes those things are the same thing.
I mean, sometimes that is a little dozy.
You get a little sleepy while you're comfy, but like, yeah, that's the vibe. So let me put it back up now. That's correct. Okay, Danny, do you want to go first?
Yeah. Okay. So I have a new comfy cozy deck that flew straight up on this list. Oh my gosh. Somebody just said one of their favorite candles is sugared apple. I'm sorry, I will get to this.
Ooh.
But the another, like, I'm gonna air quote food. Bath and Body Works has this like frosted cranberry scent that I like. That frosted cranberry. Ooh. Anyway, so the deck that jumped right up to the top of my comfy cozy list is the Hardwood Tarot. Shut up. Shut up. Oh my God. See, I went through your book with this one. So
oh my God.
I have been sitting with this deck for a couple of weeks. Plus, I have my new keywords on there. So this was definitely, look at this. That's hilarious. Amazing. Look, everybody's like, that's my pick too. Because it's the coziest shit you've ever seen.
Like, come on. How do you even compete with the cozy vibes of this? How?
You cannot. And the thing is like, I thought Oak, Ash, and Thorn was cozy. But like this.
It is, but
just gets cozier. This is cozier.
It's rainy, like gloomy. It takes you into this like cottage. You can just imagine it's fall while you're there.
Yes, because it feels like damp air, and like
look at the.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't. It's perfection. Kristen has no cozy decks. Well, you're gonna be able to hopefully watch this tag and get lots of suggestions because this.
Oh man!
Oh my God! Yes, I love that you used this deck to go through unlocking the tarot. That makes me really happy because this one is so out of the box as far as it's not RWS exact.
And then when I was sitting with this, it was also like, okay, for hold on. There was some, where's she at?
So good.
Anyway, there are some that were just so different that when like this one, I think distraction might have been one that I had changed my own. Like it changed the way we saw it. Like you could see the ones that you went through, and then you looked at this and you're like, but this feels completely different. This feels like this. And it's just like, oh my God, like, and that's why I made such a big deal about like follow along in the book with the RWS, but get another deck with, because you will expand your knowledge double, because you're seeing it and you're confirming your initial RWS keyword, and then you're stepping outside the box immediately and seeing if it still flows or if something needs to be tweaked. So I got to sit with this, and it made it even more cozy and like Look at them.
God, it's the best. I will say too, this is why I don't read with the RWS, because the RWS is always in my brain. So I always want to work with something else too, so that I get both. I get kind of double. And that's if you are already comfortable with the RWS imagery, pull out a different deck, use both together. You will get so much more out of it because you'll have that extra layer. Grab two decks, freaking go through it with two different ones, you know?
Oh God, yeah.
Like
there's another one that I'm planning on going through and doing that with, that I'm going to show in a bit.
Oh, love it. I just cannot stop with this deck. It's the perfect. Hello, can we not? Hello. Why doesn't it like this one? There we go.
There it is.
Everything about this is fall to me now. Like
this
with Thistledown Oracle, if you have the Thistledown.
Oh yes.
It's so good. It's so
Look,
good.
I even have the little Thistledown, like it's the back.
Oh, there you go.
I put a little magnet and like I stuck it on my thing. It's just the coziest.
This is so different than Oak Ash and Thorn. To me, Oak Ash and Thorn is for me, Oak Ash and Thorn is very it feels like it keeps me more in the RWS, if that makes sense. It feels very anchored in the RWS. This feels much more explorative and
it feels like
I don't find a lot of these. Yeah, I don't find a lot of the RWS composition at all in here. Every card is different, but every card makes sense. Really, really beautiful. Really beautiful. I totally get some of you guys are not into mice. That's completely fair. A few years ago, I don't know. They're so damn cute. I don't know. I can't.
I know she's making the one with the little spider, and I am terrified of spiders, but somehow that spider looks really cute. So
they're jumping spiders. They're adorable.
They're so cute. I can't. I'm gonna like that one too.
I have to. And I don't like spiders, but those spiders are real cute.
They're real
I actually follow a jumping spider account on TikTok, and it's the most wholesome, sweet thing.
It is
ever.
I've seen them. I'm okay with those, but like it's very specific. You know, like I get I'm easily scaled.
Me too. Wait a minute. You're easily by
spiders? Yeah, by spiders, yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say not how I would typically define you.
No.
Yeah, my name is Lucas and I
yeah. Oh, I love Lucas the spider. That's so cute. Oh my god.
Okay,
so that's funny. So we had literally the same deck. I love that.
Yeah, that was amazing. I knew it was a chance, and I was like, "Well, I could always grab a backup." And then I'm like, "No, you know what? If we both pick it, we both pick it. That's my genuine one." So yep. Okay, so our next one. So you'll notice if you guys refresh and look at the prompts that they're like only like half decks. The other half is just fun fall things. So our prompt number 2 is pumpkin spice season, a favorite fall beverage. What's your fave, Danny? Chai.
It's my favorite, but I'm gonna cheat a little bit because my new favorite obsession right now is from my coffee house, which it kind of tastes like a chai, but it's a matcha. So it's called Frankenstein. So it's like Frankenstein matcha. So I do it blended. So it is matcha tea, which I'm going to be honest, I usually don't drink because it tastes like fish. Don't even at me. Yes, it does. It tastes like fish, and you can fight me on it. But what they do is they add in like a cinnamon, brown sugar, spice note. Like, so it literally tastes like a matcha chai tea.
I would have never thought to combine those things.
Milky tea, and then it has like a dark chocolate drizzle on the side, so where it looks like, so it's like green with the black
drizzle
kind of coming down drizzle, so it looks like Frankenstein.
Gotcha.
So, but it is so delicious and so fall. It's that like cinnamon kind of clovey taste that they add to it that I'm just like, I need. So that's like, it's chai, but like a twist on it. It's so good. It's so good.
That sounds incredible and very unique. I don't think I've ever heard, like, I like green tea, but I drink green tea totally differently. I know matcha and green tea are not the same thing, but I'm just saying I drink greenish teas, green colored teas. I drink them different than I drink other
Totally
teas.
different.
So like I don't typically put milk in them, and I like them to be very, but I do like a good matcha latte every now and again. I will get one of those from Starbucks, but the matcha with that sort of like fall spiced, that's really kind of an interesting combo. And but yeah, somebody said in the chat, I could see grass. Matcha tastes like grass a little bit to me. Not like fish.
There is an undertone of fish. And
Okay,
maybe
so
that's
here's the
just
thing.
because I grew up on the bayou. So when I think of like wet grass, I
Green.
think of the bayou and it smells like fish. I don't know what it is, but there's a undertone that I cannot with matcha. But
So
this,
what we're learning about you is that like you probably would like cinnamon and pumpkin pie spices on your fish.
yeah, probably. I mean, I'd be willing to try it. I'd be willing to try it. No, you cut up some butternut squash, you cut up some pumpkin, you throw that in the pan on there like that. Child, you put that in the oven, you roast that.
Oh, that is good. That is good.
We try it. We all do it.
All right. Okay. Okay. I am plugged into the internet and it's telling me it's being poopy. So if I freeze, I'll be right back. It looks like it's recovering. Okay. So I think we're gonna be okay. My current favorite fall beverage, and I am 100% obsessed, is the new pecan oat crunch latte from Starbucks. I don't know if y'all have that in the States. Do you have that in the States?
Well, we have pecans. We don't have pecans.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm just picking with you.
I've always said it pecan, but you say pecan.
I'll say pecan. Yeah.
Well,
we got some pecan trees in the backyard.
Right.
Well, okay, I grew up.
Do you say pecan or do you say pecan?
I know. I'm like,
to say.
And people say praline, and that drives me up a fucking wall. It's praline. I grew up saying like it's a pecan praline.
Pecan praline. Pecan praline.
Pecan praline. But that's how we say it over here. A pecan praline.
Okay, but Vintage, you can't spell it like that because you're gonna ruin it. It's a pecan. I'm never gonna be able to say it that way again now. Okay, wait. So I'm gonna tell you about this beverage while y'all sound off in the chat. Okay, so
yeah. Tell me about
latte. It's like I don't know what the syrup is that they put in there. Probably, I don't know. There's like brown sugar notes, pecan. So sorry, pecan.
No, you can say it however you want.
I can't. I know I can, but now I keep thinking of pecans, so I'm having problems. Anyways, but it's an oat milk latte, and I have been drinking a lot of the oat milk beverages in the summer, like the iced ones, because there's something about it. It's so good. It doesn't get kind of weird like milk. I love oat milk too, but like it doesn't. I wouldn't put it in my. Currently, I haven't found like an oat milk that I'd put in my actual coffee. I use creamer, but like
I use creamer.
But
I use oat
combination.
Milk.
That's the thing. I haven't seen that. We do not have the cream. Listen, in Canada, we do not have the creamer selection y'all have down there. Okay.
We got
but anyways, this pecan oat crunch, it is so freaking delicious. The combination of the oat milk, because you get that kind of nutty flavor with the oat milk, combined with the nutty flavors, and then oh my gosh.
See, anything pecan, like I'm usually down. I'm telling you, I was spoiled, and like I haven't tried. I think I might try for Christmas. My grandma, it was so funny. Me and her would pick pecans. We had pecan trees across the driveway. Whatever of all the land that we were on when I was a kid. There was a bunch of pecan trees. So we'd go and we'd pick pecans, and my grandma and me would sit and we'd crack them. Just like all day, just like cracking pecans. We eat some, we put some in our Ziploc bags. So around Christmas time, we would make candy from them. And with like the almond bark or whatever. And then my grandma would make pecan pie. So she would eat regular pecans.
Yeah.
She would eat a pecan, but if you put it in something, she would not eat it at all. Like she would not. Okay.
Oh.
But she made the best pecan pie ever. And she never tasted it.
What?
So
Why?
She never
wow.
tasted her own.
Because she wanted to eat them just plain. She didn't want to eat them.
Will not eat, like if it was in a cookie, if a cookie had a nut in it, if a brownie had it, if it, absolutely not. And she would stop. I know it's like grandma corner, but this reminds me of the fall. Like I just remember her making all that stuff with the pecans, you know? So like she would take any like cookie that was crunchy and she'd put them in a Ziploc bag with a piece of bread, like sliced bread, and it would pull and soften all the cookies so she could eat them and they would be soft and not crunchy. Nothing crunchy, but she made the best pecan pie ever. So I love pecan everything. I just had some pecan praline coffee this week.
Oh, up here we have pecan butter tarts. I'm gonna keep calling it pecan. I'm sorry. They're so good. They're kind of like, imagine like a mini pecan pie, kind of, but the filling is slightly different. It's definitely more buttery, but it's a very similar kind of filling.
Is it almost like the ooey gooey mini, like a butter cake kind of filling? Like
yeah. And the nuts are in it. They're not like just sitting on top. They're like kind of like, and usually only get like 3 or 4 like whole halves in these like tarts. They're very, very common. They're like they're all year staple up here. So you just wander in. You can get either ones with plain with raisins, or you can get ones with pecans. I hate raisins, so that's out. But
I love
raisins.
Oh my god.
You like raisins? Really?
I love raisins. I love grapes.
I'm disappointed. I love grapes though.
Do you like dried cranberries or dried cherries?
Yeah, I like all the other dried fruits. It's just raisins. Yeah.
You know what I've been obsessed with, like honestly, the past like month or so, is dried pineapple. Like I have been obsessed with that.
Like chewy dried or like freeze dried?
Like chewy dried. Like
chewy
that
dried
would be within like a nut mix. They would throw some like dried pineapple. Oh, it's my favorite.
Just having like a nut bowl, I feel like is a very fall winter thing too. Like we always, at my grandma's place, we always had like a bowl with like shelled nuts, not shelled nuts, in shell nuts and nutcrackers. Yeah. And everybody would just sit around and like crack them. And like I remember like the hardest ones was it the almonds shells that were the hardest to do? Or no, the little hazelnuts. Those are really hard because they'd always fly out of the. Stop, Vintage Moon, you're the worst. The little hazelnuts, they're round, so they would be slippery, and they'd always fly out of the nutcracker and wing off stuff.
Oh my god!
I'm never gonna be able to look at nuts the same way again after this conversation. It's just not. I'm just gonna say nuts because I can't. Nuts
will be good.
It's just all the
had
nuts.
One of those. We had
that's gonna be a different problem, but
kind of did the like you'd stick the pecan in there and then you'd like it was like that.
No, we had a little hand, like lobster cracker
the little hand one, the little lobster. No, we had one like that, or my grandma would take 2 in her hand and then she'd pop. And so you'd keep the one that wouldn't crack and you'd put another one in your hand and you'd pop them. Like you could do that, but your hands hurt after a while.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I love fall beverages, and it's funny because I always have, as soon as the pumpkin spice lattes roll out, I have one. Because I'm always like, oh, it's pumpkin spice season. But I don't actually really like pumpkin pie. I don't really like pumpkin.
Okay.
So like,
I prefer a sweet potato over a pumpkin.
Same. Oh, if you like sweet potatoes, oh my god, there's this recipe. That involves like roasted baked sweet potato that gets like, if I remember correctly, they get whipped up with like butter and like maple syrup and brown sugar, and then you do this in this like baking pan, and then there's like a little bit of, is it candied bacon or something, a little bit of that or something, and then like candied, I'm trying to remember the recipe. It's kind of like sweet savory combo.
See, I love a sweet savory. Like I will do, so good. I used to do these mint and feta sweet potato patties, which were the shit. Like, got them. I love those. But Anything like I will definitely go savory with my sweet potato because I love that combination. But I can't lie, a good candied. What?
I just found the recipe. Sorry, I totally got scrolled. I will share the recipe with y'all in a minute. I'm sorry. What were you saying? Sweet candied. Please finish.
Oh yeah, I also love like the sweet candied side. You know what I mean? Like something with honey or, you know, a lot of like cinnamons and spices and then like maple syrup or, you know, have that sweet element. Like
yes.
all the things.
When I actually didn't like sweet potatoes. The first time I had them sweet and I did not like them. Like the traditional with the marshmallow and stuff. I don't like that.
Yeah. You don't like that?
I don't like that.
I like it.
The first time I had sweet potatoes and liked them, they were savory. And I really fell in love with them. But I'm going to share this recipe with y'all because it's the bomb. And then I'll post it in the group later in the Supportive Tarot group. Okay. Sweet potato souffle. So a silky smooth texture and sweet flavor make this simple dish a welcome treat year after year. Okay. 5 medium sweet potatoes. If you feel like writing this down, feel free. 5 medium sweet potatoes, a half a cup of butter softened. 2 large eggs beaten, a half a cup of white sugar, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, half a cup of heavy cream, and a pinch of salt. The topping is 1 cup of chopped pecans. I have to say it that way because I can't stop thinking about pecans. Half cup brown sugar packed, 1/4 cup butter, softened, pinch of salt. So preheat the oven to 400. You put the sweet potatoes on foil. You roast those up until they're fork tender. Allow them to cool. And then you peel the sweet potatoes after, put the flesh in a bowl, mash them until smooth, mix in butter, egg, sugar, vanilla, cream, and salt until they are all combined. And then put that in a greased pan. And then for the topping, you just combine the pecans, brown sugar, butter, and pinch of salt. Sprinkle that on top of everything. Preheat your oven to 350. Bake for 40 minutes until it is lightly browned. Let it cool. It is incredible. Incredible. I would eat just that.
I have been making and like fall recipes. Speaking of, I know this isn't the food section, but we're going into the food section. I love, like, I have been doing these like roast pans. So I'll do butternut squash or sweet potatoes or both with like cauliflower, sometimes bacon, roast little potatoes, like all different kinds of stuff. And and chickpeas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Throw chickpeas all over it at the end. Toss it real good in some oil. Make sure it's seasoned real good. Broccoli, you know, whatever. Toss it in the oven and just have that. And then I will put like hummus and then pile all the veggies on top. So it's almost like a root vegetable-ish kind of bake.
Oh,
why is it doing this to me? It's turning my camera off. This is not the right camera.
Make it your, you're the boss. Tell it who's boss.
I said. Damn it.
What I say. Yes. I'm going to bring this just a little.
Why are we tripping so hard?
I don't know. Your camera's being stupid. Meanwhile, I'm going to knock mine down. Okay. I think that's better. Okay, idea for a VR hashtag, drinks and decks. List a few moods and then show the deck that most reminds you of that mood. Any takers? That's a great idea. I know I had everybody at bacon and then there was no bacon. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm a big ass tease. I'm sorry. I thought there was bacon. There's no bacon. Just trust and believe this is the most delicious sweet potato dish you will ever have. The recipe as I gave it. But you could totally add candied bacon to that. That'd be good.
Totally could. Yeah. Okay, wait. Let me list a few moods and then show the deck that most reminds you of that mood.
Yeah, like that'd be a fun tag to kick off. You want to kick it off, Danny?
Dude, listen, if you want me to drink and do that, it's gonna be a short ass show. I get loaded real quick.
I think drinks and decks. I mean, I think it's like, is it like drink moods? Is that the punchline? I don't know, man.
Regardless, I like it.
Curried chickpeas is another really cozy dish.
Oh, I love that. Anything Indian
on like basmati rice. With like, and you do the rice with like the little currants and like the flavors in it, and then do the curried chickpea.
Okay, so I don't know how easy it is to get because I've always had a hard time getting it out of state. But in Louisiana, we do medium grain rice, or at least my grandma. Look, y'all, hilarious. Them old women that would go to them stores and be like, I'm not buying that long grain rice. That's not from around here. I'm not going to eat all that. Okay, so the medium grain rice gets a little softer. It's almost a little stickier. And like we often put a little bit of white vinegar in the water after we like clean our rice and season it with the salt. You put a little bit of vinegar to kind of make it a little softer and like it'll absorb better and it has that nice flavor.
A little splash. I actually do that a lot in my rice cooker. A little splash of like rice wine vinegar or black vinegar, or I guess just white vinegar. Yeah, rice vinegar usually is what I use. Yeah, a little bit of that.
Regular white vinegar. Over now, if I'm doing something Asian, I'll do like rice vinegar. I'll do the rice one. I like that too.
Fun.
Anyway, what's our next one? I'm already off track because I'm about to start going into more food. We'll be here all day.
Shadows, a deck that challenges you. So shadows are deepening. We need a deck that's going to kind of push our comfort zone maybe a little. What's your pick? I was so close to pulling that.
And I was worried. I'm like, Lisa's probably going to pull this. And then, but if there is something that's going to challenge me that I'm going to be like, okay, am I ready to pull this? Like, I talk about playing cards all the time. It would either be that or this, where I'm just like, this is going to be challenging and I have to be ready to listen.
Yeah.
It would be this.
Reclaim. Yeah.
For sure.
Is it still funding? Is the new edition still funding on Kickstarter? Does anybody know, or is it over?
Oh,
I think
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good one though.
I think it's over.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just such a powerful deck.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
It's incredible.
Like it
has ended. Okay.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was like around the 20th or the 21st or something like that. It was supposed to end.
Yeah. That's
discouragement. Right. Sorry, everything is.
They've got late backers pledges open, late backing open, so you can still go get it.
Good.
You can still go snag it. Yeah. Good. Thank you for that very much, Robin. Yeah. This is such an incredible, incredible deck. And it's so easy to overlook if you don't pause and really look at the images and what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh, it's so true.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just like look at the betrayal.
It's frick.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Passion. I love it.
This is what happened to me too, Wit and Whimsy. I was like, I want the other cards, but I'm like, I'm so bonded to my first edition. And the first edition has the little handwritten guidebook. I don't know if I think she only did it for the very first print. And like, there's just little things that like, it just, it's like you're reading into her diary almost. It's kind of got that really intimate feeling. I don't know. It's just, there's something about that first edition. I'm so attached to it. I can't do it any other way, but oh man, it's a good one.
Ooh, the Hush Tarot is a really good one for a challenging deck, Amber. That is, yeah.
I keep getting tempted by that. It was on our poll for our deck study club for our September, October, and I was like, or for October, November. And I was like, part of me wants to get to know it, but I feel like it goes kind of or was that the one that had a bunch of severed heads? And I was like, maybe not. Is that the one?
No, there's not really a whole bunch of severed heads. I think there might be a song or two. Like,
I get all my creepy decks mixed up, y'all. But
oh my god,
the weirdest shit. I can't. Yeah. So, anyways, Hush is cool. All right.
What about you?
I decided to go a little bit off track because I always talk about the Deviant Moon. I always talk about Reclaim. So I pulled out another deck that challenges me and that I use to dig into some of those sticky places. And it's the Nicoletta Ciccoli.
Yes.
This deck is so good at poking and showing you the toxicity or the shadow lurking around and in situations. I find it. Why does my camera go so freaking dark? It's because I'm too close to the lens. I think I have to pull back a bit so you can let some light in. Let the light in.
I think it doesn't want to grab that light balance. That white
doesn't. But If I do it back here, I think it does a little better. Maybe no,
You
it
can
still
see
does
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
I
auto.
love
It's the
that.
auto white balance. Anyway, I
There
really
we
like
go.
Nicoletta's art is incredible because you see an image that at first just looks kind of sweet, and then you look a little closer and you realize there's just so much more going on.
Oh yeah.
I really find this art impactful. It really makes me pause and think and dig deeper. And that's the kind of thing when I think about deepening shadows and like wanting to be challenged, decks like this definitely challenge. They challenge my assumptions about myself and other people. They challenge my assumptions about life. Oh, I would love to get her art books, but they're actually hard to find. I haven't been able to find them. The ones, at
Really?
least not the ones that I was looking for. I don't know if they go out of print. I don't know.
It might.
But oh man, I love this. I have this in the standard and the mini, and
I had
I
both.
adore it.
I don't have either anymore.
You don't have either?
Uh-uh.
I can see it though. It's definitely. I feel like it's one of those decks that it's going to be polarizing. It's either going to be something that you like are like,
And
yes,
I
this
used
speaks to my
it
feet.
so much. I
Yeah,
love it so much. And then it was just like
you were
I
done.
feel like I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing too. I've got decks that I've had that with where I've had very, very intense, powerful work with, and then I was like, I get it, and I'm like, oh no, it's a season deck. It's
It's a
done now. The
season.
season's
Yeah.
over.
And that's how it
Yeah,
was. Like I did a lot of like inner child work with that deck. I did a lot of like inner work with it. And I spent a lot of
yeah,
time with it. And then it was like I started pulling it out and I'm like, it just doesn't speak to me in the same way anymore. So
yeah.
I kind of let it go. And sometimes I'm like, I should get it back. And then I'm like, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I don't think I'm going to use it.
It's good.
Now I might have to have it.
Why would it go out of print? I feel well. I mean, okay. I guess I can see why. It's definitely unique. I like I said, I have the standard and the mini. The mini is fabulous. I love it. I
The
also have
mini
the
was
Oracle.
cute. I didn't get the Oracle.
You did or didn't?
Did not.
The Oracle's tricky because there's only numbers on the cards, if I remember correctly. So I went through and did a whole bonding exercise where I put with rose, gold, or pink metallic Sharpie. I put 2 keywords, one kind of leaning a little more positive, one leaning a little more shadowy, and put those right on the cards, and it just transformed that deck for me. And I really like spent time getting to know each image before I chose those keywords, and then now it's really potent and powerful.
Yeah.
But when I just pulled it out of the box, I will say the Oracle, if you think this deck is creepy or it feels a little bit mildly uncomfortable, the Oracle is more uncomfortable. I would say it's more intense.
See,
There's
I
some
like
real
that.
challenging cards. Yeah, there's some real challenging cards in there.
Ooh.
So, but yeah, if it's going out of print, man, and this card stock, it's just that low Scarabeo, lovely, easy to shuffle, kind of smooth playing card style is what this feels like to me.
Yeah, it really is. And now I'm like kind of freaking bummed. And now I
hadn't
feel
heard
like I
that it
need
might
it.
go. Yeah, man, I'm almost tempted. I don't do this. I'm almost tempted to get a backup copy, but that's so I can have a second one to trim, is what I'm wondering. If I want another one, do I want another one to trim?
I really considered that, but like if I'm going to get the tarot again, I'm going to leave it as the tarot.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh yeah.
Because I would get the Oracle and then do like you did, kind of create my own way around it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay.
For sure.
Speaking of something, I know this is off topic, but somebody messaged me about Mystic Moments doing a reprint in a different.
I'm wanting to know if it's matte or glossy, right?
Yeah.
I got that comment too. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I like it glossy, so I'm not invested, but I know people are hoping it's going to come out maybe matte. I would assume it's going to stay glossy, but I don't know.
I want it to go like I want it to be more like the Oracle, or I want the Oracle to come back out more like the tarot. I need something to happen.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like, I know a lot of people, like with Chicoli anyways, I know a lot of people have trimmed it and made it like their own, like reassigned. I think Dawn did that.
Dawn did it, yeah. Dawn did a full reworking.
I was going to do that, and then I ended up really getting to know it in its traditional ordering or whatever, and now it's like there for me. But I feel like a borderless with this would be really nice. I might want to get another copy just to have a borderless copy. I don't know. I don't know. I love this like bird cage fabric for my Peggy bag. I have the Oracle in the exact same fabric. It's like bird cages. Like,
oh, that's cute.
Yeah. It reminds me of that card where the girl is the bird cage.
Was she the bird cage? Yeah.
Yeah. So, a mini Tarot of Mystical Moments. Okay, that's the one that I saw. I saw mini. I would assume the mini would be glossy, I would think. Yeah, I would think.
I would, I don't know. I'm going to see. I'm excited.
I feel like maybe this is like, I think that FOMO is a real thing, y'all. So when you hear something's going out of print, you're like, oh man, maybe I want it. But
I
like,
know.
I would just remind everybody. Okay, two things. One, if you can easily afford it, you can always scoop it up. And if you don't like it, pass it along later, especially once it's out of print. That will not be hard to do. So it's probably a pretty low risk for most people. But I've had that feeling oftentimes. I did that with the Celtic Dragon Tarot, the Llewellyn Celtic Dragon Tarot.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't like that deck. I don't like it. So I bought it. It's now just in a box somewhere that I get to deal with at some point. But yeah.
So. I don't know. I guess because I did really love it. I think
you're in a different space because you did have really good work with it. And if you ever
did, and then I'm like, now that I know that I can't scoop it back up, I'm sad that I don't have it.
Yeah, I understand.
But I'm like, well, I don't know. That's one I'm gonna have to sit on, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay. The next prompt is let's get cozy, a favorite comfort item. All right. Hit us with yours. Yes.
Sweatshirts for the win. I love a good sweatshirt. I love a good cardigan. I love a good flannel. I love a good layer. That is my favorite part of the season, is getting to wear oversized sweaters and just vibing all day. I love it so much. It's ridiculous.
Yep. That was my pick too. Specifically this one, because this is the only in my closet right now. This is the only like super cozy oversized sweatshirt I own. The only one. So this is the one. And I am obsessed, and I'm going to be wearing it constantly. Plus it's pink and it's glittery, and it was made by my best friend. So like the best.
And it's opposite, you guys. So her words are glitter with a shiny and my words are matte with a shiny and, or with a glitter and. Yeah.
With a glittery and. Yes. No matte here. No, we don't need any matte on this sweater. No, we don't. We need all the glitter. The glitter is so beautiful. It's so pretty. I'm obsessed. Are you gonna on request anyways? Are you gonna make these for your shop?
I mean, if somebody requests them, I might do it if I have some time. Yes.
Maybe.
But these are the shit. So I love them. Yeah.
For wearing, like, most of the time I like a zip over a pullover, but not something like this that I'm going to wear like as a shirt. Like if I'm going to layer, it needs to have a zip. If I'm going to wear it, no, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. I don't mind these. Now I'll wear them over my bodysuits, but then like, I just like throw it over my head.
Yeah.
Undo and put back on. But otherwise, I like something that unbuttons. So yeah.
Yes. So good. So cozy. Oh, and it's so soft inside. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed. I love it so much. And blankets and slippers, fuzzy slippers. I only wear in the fall/winter. Yeah, they're ghosts, and I'm obsessed. And just jammies in general. I will live in pajamas all fall and winter.
I love a good jammy.
Take off my clothes, put on jammies. But I don't have very many right now.
I've just bought a new cozy blanket that is like, it's such a weird material. It's like, it's not like a t-shirt, but it's not like a fleece, but it's like sweatery, but I don't know. It's hard to describe, but I got a blanket and then it has little skulls with like rosy cheeks and little like happy smiles. And I'm obsessed with it. I'm like the coziest now. Jacob walked in. He was like, "I see you got a blanket." I was like, "Thank you for buying me a blanket."
Yes, I also I like blankies. I like clothes. My last set of jammies I was so excited. They're Nightmare Before Christmas jammies, and they're so comfy, but they're light. The thing is, I don't like hot pajamas. They need to be soft, like jersey knit, stretchy, lightweight, cozy, so that I can wear them. Otherwise, I start taking off. I usually like shorts and like tanks and things. So if I'm going to sleep in like clothing, it needs to be. That sounded bad. It just needs to be lightweight. That's all I'm saying.
I will get. I found these little dresses on Shein, however you want to say it. But basically, they're just like, I call them like little rag dresses. It's like a string that goes around, and it like just gathers in the front and like gathers real low in the back, and it's just nothing. It's just wide open. It's just hey, look, I'm gonna drape this fabric upon my body. So, and I love that. I'm like, I don't want to. I want to feel like I'm walking around with nothing on, because that's how I like to live my life.
Restricted. Yeah, I don't want to feel restricted, especially when I'm trying to sleep. I don't want things like feeling like they're too heavy or whatever.
If something starts pulling on me, I'm like, no.
I can't with that.
If I turn and it pull, nope.
You know what I like are those really oversized sleep shirts, like the sleep t-shirts. They're really super thin, stretchy, long, big. Love those. Love those. Just got one of those too. It says coffee is my love language or something like that.
I have an old tie-dye t-shirt that's like Smashing Pumpkin image on it with like melancholy and the infinite sadness. So it's like this obnoxious purpley tie-dye with these bright white image on it, but it's like oversized and super soft and super comfy. I'm like, I look like Adam Sandler, but I love it.
I'm good with it. Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm all right with it.
Amazing. All right. Our next prompt is Crisp Autumn Air, a deck that brings clarity.
So a deck that brings clarity for me always is Mystic Masters.
Absolutely. Yes.
Like for me, if I want something clear, crisp, smooth, I'm coming here because I know it.
Yeah.
And so it feels really clear in my mind. I feel like I can get a clear answer. I know where it is. I know how it feels. Because like, I don't know about you, but like certain decks that I work with, and I know you have your own deck, creating that for yourself, it's like you get deep down in it. So when you pull it out, you're like, oh, I know it because this is what that feels like, period. That's what it feels like. You know?
Yeah. It's because you built it from the ground up. Like you start with an idea, you find the right image, or you get the right image illustrated, or you paint the right image or whatever. And then like as you build that from the ground up, you intimately know it.
Yes.
So, I love that card so much. Also that one. Oh my goodness. The best. Yeah, do share your picks in chat. There's some good answers coming through RWS and Anna K and the Dame Fortune Tarot. Yeah.
So good.
Welcome to the chat, Stardust. Thanks for joining us. Light Sears is a good one too. Yeah.
Oh, a lot of people love
I almost pulled a Lenormand. Wit and Whimsy was like Lilac Lenormand is my clear answer deck by Larkin Legend. Yeah, I almost pulled a Lenormand deck because those are great for clarity.
Yeah, those are. I know. I usually clarity often comes. I feel like, I don't know why this like feels weird to say, but it totally does. Is like I feel like I get more clear and precise answers with a Lenormand or a playing card, just because there's like less wiggle room. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas like with the tarot, I feel like it's so much more expansive and it's like easier to digest with a tarot.
I can see that.
I agree. Why am I so choppy? Am I really choppy to you guys?
You are a little choppy. Yeah, your sound is going smooth.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to me too. I don't know what's happening. Hold on. Okay, anyway, you tell me about yours and I'm going to see what I can fix in these
Yeah,
things.
you check your stuff and I'll talk about mine. Okay. So my clarity deck, I really struggled with this because I kind of wanted something that feels like fall. I will admit the first deck I actually thought of was the Fountain Tarot, because whenever I think of crisp air, I think of, or not, is it the Fountain? Yeah, it's a fountain. Whenever I think of like cool, crisp, clean, I think of the Fountain, but I don't actually tend to use it or reach for it in those situations. I mean, sometimes I do, but lately I tend to go towards pippish decks or more minimalist decks when I want that clarity. And the Spacious Tarot, I think, is such a good one for this vibe. It feels very, very clean and very clear. So I feel like this really fits the tone of the prompt really well. Oh, I love these. What are these freaking called? These are called like, I always called them like, do I call them windmills? No, there's another word I use for them. But anyways, they're like maple.
They're like little spinners.
Yeah, spinners. I hate my camera lighting situation, but it is what it is. It just needs to like
pull back just a little bit, it brightens up. Like right there, if you wait for a second, it'll brighten up.
I'll bring up my face first. Hi, come back to me. Bring my lighting back. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, we'll stay back here. Anyway, I just love this deck. I like decks like this when I feel like I need space to breathe and think through an answer and not just have it come at me full force. When I need that space, literally when I need that space.
When you need the space, right?
Yeah, this deck is great for that. It brings you into the answer, but it doesn't like attack you with the answer. So it's great for clarity. It's great for, I tend to reach for decks like this when I need something that's less biased or less, not biased, neutral. When I need something more neutral, I tend to reach for this kind of thing. I love this Lover's card so much. What's this?
Yes, you guys, I'm totally eating a cracker. I'm an old woman.
Yeah, Danny's got a thing for crackers. It's a thing. Anyways, love Spacious. It definitely has those vibes. And I have the expansion for it too, which I really enjoy.
What's in the expansion?
So it's got the signs. So it has like Aries. And it's got the elements.
Oh,
fire. It's really cool. So I often will shuffle this in. This one is spaciousness. It's just like an actual little word. Pisces is the snowflake, which I think is fabulous. Libra is the butterflies.
Ooh.
Gemini. So it's really lovely if you want something that includes, and I like shuffling this in. Transcendence. This is based on something. What is it based on? Somebody's going to know in the chat. It's based on a type of tarot deck that comes with these things. Concept comes from an old Italian card system called Minchiati, I think it's Minchiati.
Oh, okay.
Although related to tarot, Minchiati utilized several extra cards. Typically, these additional cards represented the classical elements and virtues, plus the 12 zodiac signs. So they didn't want to exactly replicate it because they didn't want to use the exact virtues because those can get a little bit heavy-handed. So they have words like transcendence, Earth, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Capricorn, offering. This is another beautiful one. So when these come up, when you have these shuffled up in and they come up in the reading, they feel really useful. A lot of times bonus cards or extra cards like this don't always feel like they are as useful. This feels very, very useful. So I usually use this deck with these shuffled in. I took them out. I think it might have been for a client reading because for that specific question, I was like, oh, I don't want that stuff to come up. I want to keep it clear. But most of the time, I like to have it. I like to have it shuffled in. Is it small? The deck in general, it's standard tarot size, I think. It feels like it might be just a touch shorter.
A little smaller, maybe? Yeah, just a little shorter.
A little bit, maybe. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, because where's my? Hold on. Here's my UJT.
Yeah,
it might be. Yeah, I think it might be. Good spotting. Oh yeah, actually, quite a bit. So here's my. How do I do this? Do it this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it's quite a bit shorter. So mine is standard 70 by 120 millimeter, which is standard tarot size. This is a little shorter.
I like that size. I love a tall tarot, and then I love a squat. I don't care for it when it's too wide, but I like a squat and a regular,
Yeah, I like them. I really enjoy a poker size or like a I really like that size, which is why we're doing Sassy Dragons in that size. But I really like that Pipsqueak size or the Fournier Tarot deck size, which is exactly 10 millimeters narrower and 10 millimeters shorter than Tarot. So it's like Tarot just shrunk down.
I
Like
like that.
just about, yeah.
Yes.
That's, to me, that is like the best for
Oh,
small hands
I
and such.
love
It's really,
it.
really good.
And I
Yeah,
have
I
really
love that
big
size.
hands, but like it's really nice not to have to overextend because, like, I mean, y'all look at my hands. I have bent, crooked hands that are only going to get more bent and crooked. Let's be honest. The more I
Yeah.
shuffle and do things the way that I do. So I like, if I don't have to overextend my hands all the time, the better.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Our next prompt, me time. This is a hobby or project you would love to dive into this fall. And I know you
Okay.
have like 80 of them. So pick one.
Oh, I do. But the thing that I love the most, the thing that I love the most about, oh my God, this is going to drive me. Let me try to put my different camera on.
Okay.
And,
It's distracting.
It's just, it is so distracting to me. Okay, let me turn this bad boy off.
All right. Yeah, see, we can see you now. There.
I know.
That's
I know
great.
it's not as clean and crisp, but okay.
What is that?
When I don't know what it is about Christmas time, but I love puzzles in Christmas time. But in the fall, I'm not quite ready for a puzzle. But what I am ready for are these.
What is that?
So this is
Oh,
little
it's diamond painting. Right. Did you do that one?
I'm like,
Or you just started?
I just started. I'm like up to here.
Oh, I see. Oh.
And then I'll do these, and I have a few of them. So I have this one,
Yeah.
and then I have, because I'm not a huge Christmas person, but I say this every year. My Jacob is, and
Yeah.
we had a compromise that if we could do a Harry Potter Christmas, then I might just be into Christmas. And so we have a Harry Potter themed Christmas setting. So I also got one of Hogwarts. So I'll do one like that, and we'll like pop it up for Christmas to just have like something glittery and shiny, and it's Hogwarts. So it'll be really cute.
I love that. Oh, I love that. I love all the crafts. I have a hard time finding time for those things, but I did get a new amigurumi like crochet book when I was like just like, I don't know, stress shopping because my decks had shipped from the printer. And I was like, I need to do something right now. So we went to a bookstore. Good morning, honey.
Good morning.
But
good morning, Peggy.
Daddy says good morning.
Good morning,
the hobby that I picked is,
everybody.
Peggy says good morning. I love to color, and I thought this might be my way to make time for coloring because this one, I saw this when Dawn came up to visit in June-ish, I think it was, or July. We saw this in a bookstore, but it was just a sample copy, and I didn't know if it had all the cards. And I had it on my list, and I kept forgetting to buy it, but I did eventually buy it. This is by RP Studios. What excites me about this, there's been a couple of other decks you can color, but they've always been Rider-Waite-Smith clones, basically. And while this is, or they've been Rider-Waite-Smith specifically, I should say. This one definitely has it's Rider-Waite-Smith based clearly, but it does go its own way. So for example, this is the Fool. If it would focus.
Come on.
Come on, camera. You can do it. I believe in you. Once it figures out the lighting, it'll eventually. Oh, come on. It's like a dude diving. Okay.
Okay. It's getting better. There we go.
Okay, there we go. Now it knows to look at it. But oh no, it blurred out again. Anyway, okay, whatever. The Magician. I don't know why it didn't like the Fool. Maybe there's not enough color for it.
Like, I have seen your coloring, and it is gorgeous. Like, you do shading.
Yeah.
The Two-Face.
So the Magician has like two faces. So like
that would be more like a trickster. Again, another one that you have to look at that deck to see what kind of keywords you would want to talk about the Magician for.
Well, and it's funny you mentioned that because I was thinking that one of the things I could do is actually put keywords into the art, like build it in and color around it. But what attracted me about this is that it doesn't have crazy wild borders, so that I don't feel like I have to color in these super detailed borders because that will take me forever, right?
Ugh.
It's got clean borders, and the actual spaces to color are not super tiny in most cases. Like there's the Hierophant.
No, yeah,
So
it looks.
I have
Now,
room to shade.
What kind of feel do we
So
have
it
on there?
feels uncoated, and it feels like I feel like I can take colored pencils to these really nice.
That was my question. Like, what do you think you're going to
Yeah.
have to use to color? Are you going to have to use like little Sharpie pins? Or are you going to have
Yeah,
to use colored pencils?
I think you could use markers. The only thing I don't like about this is my favorite coloring tower I've ever seen, and I've been looking and looking and looking and looking, y'all.
I've looked at a bunch.
But the only thing I don't like is that the backs are uncolored, and I would have preferred a printed back because I'm never going to color 78 of these. That's never going to happen.
Thing.
So they're just going to be plain on the back. The backs are cute, but they are monochromatic, right? So I feel like that's the thing. But I feel like this is perfect for me and my lifestyle right now because I can pull out just one card. It's not very big. I can take like 15, 20 minutes. Well, I'll take longer than that, but I can take some time and color it. And so that's what I think I'm going to try to play with this fall and winter when I want to be cozy and just do something with my hands while I'm watching Critical Role or whatever. I'm going to pull this out and color a card. But this is a deck I feel like I actually want to work with. Like it is clone-ish. Like a lot of the cards do follow the same composition.
Well, I mean, of course,
but then a lot of them go different. I think I looked at the 9 of Cups specifically because that's always a card I check for. And it was just no, it's the same dude with the hat. Never mind. I thought it was somebody different, but some of them are though. Some of them are a little bit different. The minors, like okay, 7 of Cups, right? It's still basically the same idea.
Yeah.
But it's like, it looks easy to color. It doesn't look like one of these decks where it's trying to like be like these super detailed tiny things.
Well, and like how are you supposed to get into there with any kind of instrument?
They include like a little page
color
that's got
guide?
like sample color palettes you could play with just to see what the cards would look like if you did different kinds of. Obviously, they're gearing it towards people who like muted tones. I'm like, have you met me? No, you haven't. So that's not how we're gonna
go
color
on Pinterest. Go on Pinterest and put in colorful palettes.
Yeah. And get this. I'm sorry, I totally interrupted you. You go on Pinterest and look at color palettes, you were saying?
Oh yeah, if you go on Pinterest and look them up, then you can get some really good palettes and work off of those as well as my whole.
Yes. You know what I like to do? I have the Color Mage Oracle, and I like to shuffle and draw some colors and like pull those in somehow when I'm coloring. But anyways, it actually does come with a pretty decent little guidebook as well. So you get pretty decent write-ups for every card. So it's actually quite a usable little deck. And this is mass market. It was not expensive. And like I said, I've been looking for a deck I could color that didn't suck for a very long time. And this is the first one I've been like, oh my gosh, I really like this. So I think I will pull this out and just kind of play now and again.
Like that
this fall and winter. But yeah, that's my cozy hobby for the fall. And it was super relevant. So maybe
it was. Yes, I love it.
Will Peggy write a blog post on how we can decide between our NSFW and the standard? I'm so conflicted. Okay. Listen, I like heads up. If it was up to Peggy, she's going to say, get the fucking sweary deck. Okay.
Get the sweary deck.
That's the advice you're going to get. But I will say there will be a bundle, and we're working on getting the pricing low. And with the bundle, it will be even lower.
There's going to be a butthole or a bundle? I heard it twice. I was like, is she saying a butthole? I don't think she's saying a butthole.
A bundle. There will be a bundle. We're trying to get the bundle price and the early bird price below $50 US. Don't hold me to that. That's just what we're trying to do. But we're trying to get the pricing for these decks. Like, you heard butthole too. What is wrong? Can I not enunciate?
No,
I said bundle.
Literally,
and everybody heard butthole.
I can see that.
My mind is never. We're talking about a Peggy-based deck, and you think that I'm not going to hear butthole? Like, I'm going to hear butthole. This is like Peggy vibes all over the place.
It's kind of funny. I actually thought the NSFW was going to not get as much just because, like, swears. But, like, I think more people are going to get the NSFW than the classic.
Yes.
Yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. If y'all haven't seen, I've been putting art reveals everywhere. So if you haven't seen, go check it out.
Go check it out. I cannot freaking wait for this.
Danny's gotten to read all of them because she gave feedback.
I love them so much.
Yeah. We ran the write-ups by like quite a few people because we're like, please tell us if any of this is too much. Or like, that sort of thing. The only feedback I really got was this one's not enough, this one's not enough, this one's not enough. But I'm like, okay, we'll go harder. That's fine. But anyways, okay. Yeah, it's not sailor swear. It's not trying to just swear. It's trying to meaningfully
really good.
swear, which is a weird thing to try to say in a sentence, but like that's the thing.
It's like potty humor, but like
yeah.
Acceptable.
I'm pretty sure there's only one poop reference in the entire NSFW. So
which I don't even think that's enough.
Overdone.
It's not overdone.
Yeah.
Dogs are barking.
Oh, yeah, it's a shit sandwich, but you don't have to eat it. That's the poop reference.
Yeah,
right?
that's a good one.
Sure, it's a shit sandwich, but you don't have to eat it. Yeah, that's right. That's the test.
I like it.
Okay, my dog is barking. I'm so sorry if she makes any of y'all
You're all
dogs
good.
bark. I'm sorry. Okay. Next prompt is back to school, a deck that invites a deeper dive or a full-on study. What you got? Yay!
I am going to that's my plan. I really want to sit with this. And honestly, it was one of those, as soon as I finished doing this deck with your book, I was like,
yeah, this
would be such a good way to study decks that I'm like, I know I want to use for a deep purpose. And with the Witch Sister Tarot, I do really want to take and use this for a deeper purpose in my practice.
Yeah.
So I figured doing something like that, especially with this is going to be all new. I'm going to try to figure out where I'm supposed to be. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a totally different vibe, a totally different type of deck. I had the Hidden Realms, but because when I wanted Fae, I went somewhere else. I let it go. But this one right here really, really spoke to me. I saw it when you did that deep dive on it, or that,
the study.
The study. Yeah. And I was like, wait, no, this might be it. And I was sitting and I was thinking about it, and I was like, when it comes to studying and really creating a deeper space with what I want to use this, again, more magic and ritual based is where I'm going with this deck. So I really want to sit with this, study it, and create some really powerful keywords that I may or may not have me taking off the bottom borders, or,
that would be such a good deck to do that with.
And just kind of focusing on just a keyword for this feeling, and kind of corresponding there. So that's kind of where
I want to do that too. Yeah, I may want to do that too, because we did a deep dive of this in our membership. And I think what I wanted to do was build a stronger relationship between the meaning of the tarot and the meaning of the card. But I think if I took that, I think this would be the deck that would be so good to take it out of the tarot and give each one a keyword. That is such a brilliant idea. I do hope you do that.
I definitely, I want to read through what she's saying, what she's talking about, what I'm feeling when I see with the card in comparison to that. And again, our quote unquote normal keywords for the tarot, and just really try to find a space, because I just think that would really, it would bring out this deck. And it's so hard. I went through and I talked about a couple of things that I haven't made public yet. So I'm trying to I was thinking the other day, and I was like, well, let me not say that because I haven't even talked about it yet. But I've been thinking about those kind of things for a while. So I'm excited to do that. What about you?
Yeah.
Do you have one that you want to?
Yes, actually. But they're these ones for me, the Mysteries of Mary and the Mysteries of Black Madonna, because I got them in and they're intimidating me. They're just sitting here in their bags being beautiful, and I really want to spend time with the books and really sink into them and get to know them. I really want to start with Mysteries of Mary, and then I want to move into Mysteries of Black Madonna, but I may reverse it because I feel like Mysteries of Black Madonna is kind of calling me for this season right now.
I mean, so we're kind of in that space.
Yeah, but let me just show you. I mean, these decks are so lush. I wasn't even sure.
Oh my God. I almost
wanted to put these in the last prompt. They are so expensive.
I
They're
know.
so
And me and Jacob were
expensive.
like, I was
But
literally telling Jacob about them. I was like, Lisa just got hers in. I was like, I've seen them. And I'm like, they're so different. They remind me of my tapestry tarot.
yeah,
They remind me of that, only like it's all like Mary based and, you know, whatever. And I was telling that to Jacob. I was like, but they're so expensive. He's like, yeah, but it's like a specialty like
it's
item.
very specialty.
It's like
Yeah.
really a certain thing. And like with my practice and the tritas, it's really changed the way that I viewed a lot of things and how I incorporate it. And so
Yeah.
oh, I'm so tempted because like I have stuff on my altar and I just feel like that would be just a beautiful way to work with that kind of dark mother goddess energy and then that lighter goddess energy to have both. Like, oh, they're so beautiful.
I really want to create a full moon, dark moon ritual around these decks.
Oh, yes.
I really do.
So
And
good.
I want, but I want to be able to, when I pull, this is probably the kind of deck where I would work with a single card at a time, right? Which, by the way, these decks are big, but the cardstock has a decent amount of bend. It's not that like super crazy stiff 400 GSM.
Can you shuffle?
It's got bend. Yeah, like I mean, they're big in the hands for sure.
That's why I was asking if you could shuffle.
But I can flex the entire deck. Not much, but it does have a little bit of bend. So it's not like if you felt Scarab and Dahlia, this is more flexy than that. So yeah. Because like Scarab and Dahlia is 400. I would say this is probably 350 GSM.
So that one might be easier. Okay, yeah.
I think it'll be a little easier. But oh my gosh, when it comes in the package, it is so beautifully packaged, and she includes like a black rosary with this one and a white rosary with this one, like little plastic ones, and then like a little plastic mini Mary figurine, black one and a white one. Like it's just really, really beautiful. But oh my gosh, I will tell you what I've done so far in this deck is I have gone through not the Mysteries of the Black Madonna yet, but I've done this for the Mysteries of Mary. But she has a really extensive bibliography, so if you're interested, you can really. This is what actually sold me on these decks, is that I went on either her website or maybe somebody was looking at the book and I saw the bibliography and what books were listed here. And I was like, okay, this is going to speak my speak, right? Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. This is definitely something, this is my next personal study for sure. I don't have the price, but I remember it was a lot of monies, especially Canada monies. It was a lot of monies. And I actually bought one. And then a couple days later, I talked about it on a video. People are like, I like the Black Madonna better. And I was like, shoot. So then I bought the other one. Yeah, it's like that sounds about right.
Yeah,
it's
like $190.
Yeah, really expensive. Yeah. But these were like constructed like dioramas. Everything was physically constructed. Yeah, it's a very different process. So it was a lot more expensive, to be honest.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. But yeah, that's my deep dive. Okay, that brings us to prompt number 8, a time of transformation, a favorite ritual, spell, or change in your routine.
It's spring and fall. I go a bit nuts. I go full clean mode. I want to go through everything. I want to touch every item in whatever I decide I want to touch, and I need to clean it all out, get rid of stuff, put things back, fix it up. Like I am like a little squirrel in the fall. Literally, I am getting ready for everything. I want to touch and move everything. That's usually when I do some I will put on some loose incense. I keep wanting to say a ritual incense. I mean, it is, but I'm trying to describe loose incense in my little cauldrons on my altar. I usually clean that off. I'll redo my ancestor altar, which I've already started, because everything's kind of in the same space for me.
Yeah.
And so I like to tidy that up. And so that's kind of that equinox vibe for me, is kind of a reset, both in the spring and the fall. So that was an easy one for me. Yeah.
It's funny when it comes to magic and ritual, most of mine are very organic, like on an as needed kind of basis. So I don't have like, I didn't have a specific magical thing other than that. This is the time of year I will tend to do things like cord cuttings or release magic or letting things go. Like it's such a beautiful season for release.
Yes.
and for sloughing things off
Yes.
that you need to like let go of. So in general, I tend to lean into that kind of work around this time of year. But as far as like a personal ritual, the thing I do every fall is I change out my quilts on my bed. So I have a heavy quilt,
Yeah.
my Hello Kitty quilt on my bed, which is the first quilt Peggy ever made and ever made for me. It's got a much thicker like batting, so it's much warmer, and I'll put that on my quilt. And then in the spring, right around the spring equinox, I'll take that quilt off, put it away, and then I'll pull out my thinner like unicorn goddess quilt, which is on my bed right now that Peggy made me. So I have like a lighter quilt and a heavier quilt, and I just swapped it out. And my whole sheet color changes and the whole bit, and it's just like a fun little thing I do. But that's my ritual. That's my fall thing.
That. I love
Yeah.
that. Matter of fact, I'm working on a spell. Speaking of like cleansing, things like that, with wasp nest. Like I had this like whole like thing one day, and I was like, oh my God, I want to make a specific spell surrounding the wasp nest, because I get little wasp nests all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm doing something like that with like you said, all that sloughing like any kind of banishing, any kind of things that you need to like cleanse out, all negativity cleansing. I love spells like that. But like I wanted to mention that like utilizing nature in your spell work, especially around this time, I feel like is a good way to get grounded again. I feel like I get a little airy in the summertime, and it's time to ground myself in the fall.
Yep, 100%.
Love that.
What are people sharing in the chat? What are your guys' favorite fall rituals? If you feel like sharing, you don't have to, but if you feel like sharing, I'd be curious because I'm nosy and that's how I roll. But yeah, it's a really good reset time of year for sure.
It really is.
In all the ways. Yeah. Okay. Prompt number 9, treat time, an indulgent, extravagant, or luxurious deck.
So when I hear extravagant and indulgent, I immediately think of the mythical creatures. Like it just is to me. Like I just feel like it is. Everything about it feels that way. It's like I want to say almost like the Gilded Age, like
it's so golden and
decadent.
lush.
Yeah, it's like it's very decadent. There's not only the foil and everything. I know this is a shit camera, y'all. But not only do we have all the foil, but even the art itself is so tiny. All so attention to detail. Everything is so like I guess you would call it like a Baroque style. It's just so extravagant. It's so much.
Yeah.
Everything in the details. And so not only do I feel like it's indulgent, but I do like working with this around this time because again, it feels like harvest. There's a harvest vibe to it that like, we still have kind of like, but
it's got that kind of, I think it's also the story bit. Like it pulls in story and myth, and stories and myth and books are very like fall and lush, and
they are. And the pentacle suit, it has a lot of pomegranates in it, and I'm a sucker for that shit.
Pomegranates are the best. Yep.
Sucker. Oh, I love it. But yes, this is probably one that I just feel like this is my fancy pants deck. Like I love it, and it just feels so lush.
Oh, it's so pretty. I love this deck. It's funny because I was obsessed with this deck. I found out about it first. It was the first Baba Studios deck. I was like, I have to have it. But at the time that I first discovered it, it was only available or it wasn't available, but it had only ever been printed in like black and white. I think it was like you remember it was originally completely black and white. Do you have that version? Girl, did I forget? Did I know you had that version?
I don't know. I think this was one of the first versions I got. Somebody had sent them to me. And so, yeah, look at that. Look at this.
No, not yet. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it doesn't even have the borders. Oh, see, now I kind of really like that edition.
So now we go on to the
Okay. They are still there.
What's up? Want your dinner now?
That's fabulous.
And it's like, it's true. It's absolutely beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
And it's still like super attention to detail, but having that color on there.
Yep.
Chef's kiss. Because this one is, I don't know what this is. I think this might be the Victorian. Hold on.
I think all the Baba Studios
Oh,
decks
no.
are such a treat yourself moment for sure. Oh yeah. Oh boy.
I think that's the big one. Hold on.
It must be. That looks
I
like the
keep
collector
those. I
edition.
keep those up here. I don't really mess with these too much because I have the small one and I use it. And like I said, these were gifted to me. So like I don't know. I'm like I want to make sure that they're okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
beautiful.
Oh my god. They're
Um,
amazing.
but yeah, this one. So this one has the big
Yeah. Oh
unicorn
my
on
gosh.
there.
So beautiful.
And yeah, look, you can kind of see, why are these out? Oh, were they extras? I don't know. But yeah, so they're like,
Yeah, that was an alternate 3 of cups that they had.
oh, it was
They have
alternate.
that in the
Okay.
standard edition too. Yeah.
That's probably why I have it right here. Yeah. So this one is colored, but it's the real big version.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that one big would be.
Oh, it's
something.
phenomenal. Especially in the minors, because like you can see just everything.
Oh yeah, you can really hone in on the details in that.
And I know
version.
this is a shit camera, but trust me, it's beautiful up close. So yeah, when it comes to like something indulgent, this by far is like the most indulgent kind of thing that I have. Yeah.
That's perfect. Oh my gosh. I think for me, I had to think about this. Oh yeah, this is the one I picked. I was like, what did I pick? I picked the Moonchild Tarot. I think, and I picked the Shadow edition because this is the
didn't get it.
You didn't get the Shadow edition? Okay, but
No.
in fairness, I understand. But like for me, these are my colors. Like I still have my original as well. But this is such a lush deck. I will say of the two, I feel like the original is even more luxurious feeling. Like the box has got all this embossing and detailing. This one has the design of it, but it's all smooth. It's still rose petal and got the foiling and it's super beautiful. But like the original this was probably when I got the original Moonchild, it was like the fanciest deck I'd ever had in my hands. Like
Same.
it was so over the top. And I just love this dark, dusky purple color.
Now, I'm a sucker for a dark, dusty purple, but I feel like it went way more, like, I don't know. I wanted it darker.
Neutral, actually. No, I know. It's a little bit neutral.
Which I do love.
What I find is that this actually matches perfectly with the mass market Portal one. What's it called? By Danielle Noel. There's a mass market. Is it called Mystical Portals or...
Oh, it's that new one. We had saw that one.
The new one. Yeah. The new one. And that is a perfect pair with this coloration of this deck. But what's funny about that is it also pairs really well with the original. There's something about the tones where this kind of ends up sitting on either side. It's really hard to describe. But I find that this coloration I'm more drawn to. And also the card changes that they did do in this edition were just card changes I really liked.
Really?
Yeah. Like here's the Two of Swords. Like I love her.
Right, that's the same one.
Was it the same?
Mm-hmm. I believe.
Yeah, was it this one? Was it this one?
That one's different.
Sorry, guys.
That one's different. And there's a couple that I really like. Lost my mind over. Strength, I think, is the same. I think the Magician is different. I'm pretty sure.
I think it's slightly different. It's similar, but she looks closer. That's different.
Yeah. The Page of Pentacles. I don't know if she's different or not.
Yeah, that's different.
The Tower, I'm pretty sure, is the same.
Yes.
But there was a couple here that I really preferred this for her. I love her so much.
Oh,
that's the Page of Cups.
I like that.
Yeah. So there's a few. But it's not dramatically different. And I think for those that were really hoping for a dramatic, it's not a dramatic.
I was really hoping to have to like it's beautiful, and I love the purplish tone, especially like a grayish purple, like something real deep. I love that, but like I don't feel like it's enough. I wanted it to feel like a dark moon because the other one feels like a light moon.
Yeah,
and while it does, it's not enough.
I was hoping to be able to use the two like that, but they are too similar. I would agree. So I feel like you're working with one or the other. I don't feel like they necessarily. This is such a beautiful.
That's so pretty. That's a new one.
Oh, this was one. This was one I was super obsessed with.
Oh, see, I love that.
Yeah. It's really beautiful, but I agree. I think these are not inexpensive decks at all. And that's the 9 of Wands, but they don't, I don't feel like they sat side by side. And the guidebook, I believe, is very similar. There is some changes, but this is not something I would say is a new deck. It feels like a new edition. With some changes that I think are really beautiful, but this just ended up feeling more like me than the other one, but not enough that I was prepared to give up the other one.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But I really like that in here we do get I love how her guidebooks are done with.
Oh, I know. I do love the way she did it. That guidebook is so good. And it's one that I go back to even after all the years. It's like one of my OGs that I continuously go back to.
Yeah, it's so good. So it's amazing. I love it. And it's totally worth the money, I think. But no, I don't think there's a mist filter. I think I almost picked this. The nameless one was actually the one.
I almost picked that too.
The reason I didn't is because I did a different tag and highlighted it in a different tag. And so I was trying not to overlap. My other tags are coming out later, but I did like 2 other tarot tags that I've been filming. And I'm like, okay, I want them all to be different. But yes, hands down, the nameless one, especially the big, huge grimoire. The grimoire is incredible. It is incredible.
I love it so much. I didn't choose it because I'm like, oh, if anything, like if I'd be worried about anything, I'm worried that me and Lisa are going to pick the nameless one for that. Like I literally thought about it. And I was like, oh, I'm going to pick a different one because she might pick that one because that one is, it just feels like it's a whole treat. It's just like a whole experience. Yeah,
it's very, very special. And that one for sure fits this prompt really, really well. I thought about Majestic Earth too, but Majestic Earth is out of print, so I was like, well, it's definitely a treat. But definitely, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, the Tildwick is totally indulgent as well. Completely agree.
Oof. Yeah.
Okay, this brings us to our last prompt, which is Rainy Day Read, a book you can't wait to read this fall.
In the Shadow of Edgar Allan Poe. These are classic tales of terror from 1816 to 1914. So they are old school horror from before Edgar Allan Poe when they said there wasn't horror yet. But I will say these are wall to wall. Like the margins on this are tiny. This is wall to wall text. So sometimes the way that things are set will change the way I want to read these things because my brain doesn't like it like that. It doesn't like it. So I'm hoping that I've already started, but I will say it feels like someone tried to put too many words onto one page and it bums me out just a little. But it's really good so far. So I'm excited to see what kind of stories and what kind of tales and because right now I'm on the Sandman and it's already pretty good. And so I'm just excited about reading this kind of old, because everything kind of feels gothic.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I like the feel. So I'm really excited to get deep into this. And I'm hoping that my brain can be like, I know it's wall to wall text and there's not enough margin, but you're going to be okay. I just want to keep helping my brain.
That is hard though, because it can create eye fatigue.
That's what it is.
Hard. It's like your eyes just kind of go, oh my gosh, I need something to break this up, or
And that's the thing. It's not broken up enough. I'm serious. It's just wall to wall text over and over and over again. And it's just too wide. If they would have literally taken the margin in just a little fraction more, it wouldn't
They
be
almost
that
need
way.
more
But
line
like,
spacing too, just like a little bit more
yeah,
space between the lines.
and
Like,
it's
it just feels
literally because it's
compact.
just like I don't want to finish reading this part right here. I want to stop right here because my brain is like that. That's too far. It's too far.
Yeah.
I know that sounds
Yes.
so dumb, but like, that's the
No,
only
it
thing
doesn't
I'm
sound
worried
dumb at all.
about.
I totally get it. No, I totally get it. I don't think that's dumb at all. I'm in like legit book season right now. Like whenever the minute it starts getting cooler outside, I'm like, I want to read all the books, and I go right to fiction. I've already reread. I usually do it in October, but I've already reread. I listened to it because there's a full cast production of The Graveyard Book. I read that every October. I just read it early this year, and now I'm rereading or listening to Bookshops and Bone Dust, and I'm going to listen to Legends and Lattes and then read it.
I listened to Legends and Lattes. It's my favorite. I love it. I haven't listened to Bone Dust yet. That's my next plan.
Well, I'm doing them in order because, like, when I first read them, I read Legends and Lattes, and then I read Bookshops and Bone Dust because it came out later. Now I've got, so I'm gonna listen. I'm almost done with Bookshops and Bone Dust listening. I'm gonna listen to Legends and Lattes, and then I'm gonna read it. But I think I'm gonna read my special edition that I got with the illustrations that I got from Kickstarter. Really excited about that. But I have read that before, so I didn't pick it technically for this prompt. I did pick a book that I picked up this summer called The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Lind. It is, I believe, a Beauty and the Beast retelling. The back says, there are legends in our world, tales of beasts and beauties, creatures and stories that would keep you up at night, of monsters born. All those stories you've heard come from a kernel of truth. And the edges of this book.
It's so beautiful. That's what I was about to say. Like, show me the edges.
Look at the freaking under the dust jacket. Like, we're in like a library. Like, look at this business here. It is beautiful.
Is it like a modern? Is it a modern retelling or is it just a retelling?
I have no idea. I'm guessing because look, this looks kind of urban, maybe.
I know it does look kind of urban. I always get so disappointed. I'm like, I don't want to be in this world. I want it to be like, you know, Renaissance times and.
Okay, so it says some things aren't supposed to exist outside of our imagination. Oh, yeah, it says, can you love the dark when you know what it hides? Some things aren't supposed to exist outside of our imagination. 13 years ago, monsters emerged from the shadows and plunged Kiersey's world into a cataclysmic war of near total destruction. The New York City she knew so well collapsed practically overnight. In the wake of the carnage, the monster treaty was created, a truce of sorts. But tonight, Kiersey, a gifted and fearless thief, will break that treaty. She'll enter the Holly Library, not knowing it's the home of a monster. He's charming, quietly alluring, terrifying, but he knows talent when he sees it. It's just a matter of finding her price. Now she's locked into a dangerous bargain with a creature unlike any other. She'll sacrifice her freedom. She'll offer her skills. Together, they'll put their own futures at risk. But he's been playing a game across centuries, and once she joins in, there will be no escape.
Oh, that does sound good.
Like kind of like a dark kind of apocalyptic kind of almost vibe.
Okay. So along those same lines, okay.
Up with that and feel good about everything.
Peggy's being an ass. Okay,
along those same lines, I read a lot of Christina Henry.
Yeah.
She did an Alice series like this where it is more urban, but we are not in this world, but it is like.
Wait, what's it called? Have I seen it? It's just called Alice? Does she also have one called like the Red Queen?
Yep, she's got Alice. Okay. She's got the Red Queen. She's also got there's one more that I read. There's like it's a trilogy. She also has one of the best retellings of Peter Pan called Lost Boy. It is my favorite. So stinking good.
I need to read that.
But I love a good like fairy tale retelling when it's done well. She just did The Horseman, which I finished reading, like I read this year. It just came out. Also very good because it's the Sleepy Hollow. Her take on Sleepy Hollow, which was really good as well.
They're my favorite. I have never read an Alice retelling, and I think part of it, this will be my second Beauty and the Beast, because A Curse So Dark and Lonely is the
I haven't read that one either.
Love that series. That's a Beauty and the Beast. Love. But I feel like if I go down the rabbit hole, if I go down that with Alice retellings, I'm going to go like all in because I know myself, and then I'll be addicted. It'll be a problem.
Okay, so I did read after Alice. So the guy that wrote Wicked, Gregory Yeah. Hold on. Shit. Gregory Maguire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So Gregory Maguire wrote like Wicked, Son of a Witch, all those. The
Okay.
which were phenomenal. And while I like the nice, squeaky clean Wicked world that they create for the musical, it's not the awesome ass tale
I've heard that.
that is
Yeah.
Wicked. Like, F you guys because you ruined it. Anyway, but he did After Alice, and I didn't care for it as much.
No.
I would skip it. And that was my opinion
Yeah.
though. But and I
Fair.
really love the way he does it, because like I read his Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister.
Yeah.
Loved that book. I've read a lot of his stuff. So when I saw Alice, I was like, oh hell yeah. But I was just
So is your favorite, because I'm gonna look it up right now. Is your favorite retelling the one just called Alice?
Alice is, yeah, because it's totally different. Like it feels like a weird seedy underworld. I mean, it basically is, but like,
Who's it by again?
Christina Henry.
Christina Henry. Okay, there. I think I found it. I just wanted to like actually have a tab open for it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check it out because I think I just need to start with one and see what I think. But yeah, I still haven't read Wicked. I still haven't read it.
Wicked is so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. It is so. He's really skilled at making you feel uncomfortable.
Oh,
And like things are a fever dream, and like you feel it. Like I just really loved the way that he told, and the way that it, especially her beginnings, like Elphaba's beginnings, just make you feel some type of way, and you lose all of that. It's like there's this like magic and strangeness and fear around her that is just so well done. It's so well done that like it is disappointing not to have something to express that.
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
really loved that. It's like when you imagine your dark fairy tales, like your favorite fairy tales going dark, it's like you want something to grip your teeth into, not some kind of like pansied version of what it would really be like to have a baby born this way. He does that. He's like, no, we're not going to sugarcoat this. We're going to have a baby born green and incapable of love and incapable of being near water. And what is that going to look like? And how frightening is this going to be? And what is it going to like?
He just goes all in.
He just goes all in.
I literally had a copy. I don't remember how I got a copy, maybe at a library sale or something. And I gave it to my son to read, and I still haven't read it. And we were like at the movies together, seeing Beetlejuice, and they played
the trailer.
The musical. I've never read it. I know nothing about it. I know nothing. And so I'm like, do I wait and see the movie because I kind of want to see the movie and then read after?
It's totally different. So you can watch it. It's totally different. In my opinion, I don't feel like
that's what he said too. He said, I don't, because he said, is this based on the musical or the book? I said, I think it's based on the musical, not the book. And I think the musical is lighter. That's because that's what I'd heard. So we'll see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think, I like when
Robert, the childhood part is the best part. It really is. The Looking Glass Wars, yes, I did read that one. That one is that by Brahm or some like Brahm adjacent? But I have read that. That was actually pretty good too.
I love fall reads.
Love them. I like a vampire. I like a police procedural.
Yeah.
You know, I like all those kind of things, especially right now. Like the book that I'm reading right now, y'all, is really freaking cool. It's an older book. I think it's called Dark Matter or Dark Matters. But it had me from jump. Like, I'm like, I already have a whole theory as to what's going on. It's got like quantum physics in it. It's got like, I think we're like jumping timelines. I'm like, bro already figured it out. It's this, this, and this. We're gonna see if I'm right. And like I'm already in it.
that.
You know? So it's really good. Like I like something exciting and fall. Like I don't know why a detective novel always feels very fall to me. And I have another one locked and loaded for after by Karen Slaughter, who's a really good crime writer.
There is a genre called cozy mystery. So
yes,
I'm in the cozy fantasy, but I've heard cozy mystery is also a thing.
It is.
That feels like fall. Yeah.
That's definitely some fall stuff. I find like they're nice. I've read some, like I literally got some where I'm like, let's go crime light. Like let's try something lighter. And it's like really cute. But like
your dark heart needs like something.
My heart needs something. I need to be at least a little shook, or at least like, okay, bitch. Yeah. Like I gotta have something to catch me.
Yeah. Oh, what's the crime novel you're recommending? When you were reading now, right?
Oh, the one I'm reading right now is called Dark Matter or Dark Matters. I'll tell you. Hold on. I gotta Google it.
I grew up reading like Nancy Drew, and so I feel like that would be like cozy mystery, kind of like wholesome mystery. I don't know. I feel like that'd be more my flavor.
Yeah, that's
I need somebody to recommend a really quintessential, you know how Legends and Lattes is like the quintessential cozy fantasy, the one that kind of kicked it off. I need a recommendation for a really good cozy mystery, like one of those quintessential cozy mysteries, because I feel like that's up my alley.
I've read the ones that are like I've read some that were like, oh, she was a detective, but now she's a pet sitter that works on the beach. But something happens, so she's like in the middle of a crime scene, and you know, she figures this kind of stuff out. It's really good. It's like cozy mysteries. It's like cozy true crime, and it's really nice. But like sometimes I'm just like, yeah, but I feel like I know what happens too quickly. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong, and it's so hard.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's true. Whitney Whimsy, I read or watch zombie movies when I'm sick, haha, because infections. It's amazing. Okay, there we go. Dark Matter.
Crouch.
Okay.
And I said Karen Slaughter. Yeah, Karen Slaughter is another one. I have that one in lock. I think it's called. It's an old book. I got it at a secondhand store for like $2. I was like, hell yeah.
Nice.
I think it might be called Forensics.
Oh.
Or something like that.
I used to read the Case Scarpetta novels. The oh gosh, Patricia Cornwell. Case Scarpetta. I loved those. So that's kind of my flavor when it comes to like I like that a lot. Yeah. So I don't know if that's cozy mystery though. That sounds like maybe just regular mystery. I don't know. But I do like a whodunit. I like you, Danny, though. I don't want it to be too predictable or it's not as fun. You need a good twist. Even do cozy mysteries have twists still? Because
yes, they do. They do. But let me tell you something, y'all. Okay, so my brother was after me. He had read a serial killer novel, and so he was like, I need help. I need more. I was like, okay, cool. So I recommended Riley Sager to him. One of my favorite. Yes, it's the time travel.
Oh, yeah. And it's turning into a series.
It to a show? Shut up. Okay, so I'm reading that one right now. I am like in it to win it. I think I know what's happening, but no spoilers. Okay. So I was like, Riley Sager has some really, really good twists. They're really good at twists. So he starts reading this book and he was like, I am not even halfway. And I feel like it's already being wrapped up. Like, what the hell? And like, so I hear it from him. He's like, oh shit, it got even better. Oh my God. He's like, once he was over, he's like, read it now. And I was like, oh my God. So it's called the last one left, or the only one left. The twist, the turns, the unexpected. Like I would be somewhere and I'm like, oh, I know what's going on. And so, okay, like maybe you kind of guessed a little bit of it, but you're not right, because that's not the big reveal. There's more. It's one of those like, oh, you might figure one thing out, but there's more.
Yeah.
And there's more. And then there's more. It was so good. But Riley Sager, is one of the best writers to do that. Like,
Okay.
so good. So good. If you like a twisty, turny, like, oh, I didn't guess that.
I love being surprised.
Me
for sure.
too.
And but my threshold for that is kind of lowish. Like, I don't feel like I maybe not. It's hard to tell. Like, some books I feel like I can predict the ending, but it's not hard to. I don't need it to be like really good at throwing a twist.
It can have a formula.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
Obviously,
Yeah.
we like humans in general. We like a formula. That's why there's
So
the
many
Fool's
good books
Journey.
recommend.
You know, we like a formula in our.
Yeah.
But I also want you to try and break that without like it being frustrating.
Yeah.
Either. You know,
like the worst. What I hate is a freaking cliffhanger. Don't do that to me. I'm not getting to this end of the book. If you force me to read the next book, I'm gonna be pissed and not read any of your stuff. Like, give me the answer and then drop maybe a teaser, sure. But like, I want like a post-credit style teaser. You know, like when you watch a movie, yeah, they got the post-credit. Like, give me a little teaser, a little intrigue. But like, do not. Ooh, I read a book like that once. I think it might have been a graphic novel, and I think somebody told me that that's really common with graphic novels because they do them in series, almost like comic books or whatever. Like, literally, just the story didn't end. I'm like,
so we're just stopping. We're just stopping right here. This is where we stop.
So this isn't like a book. This is like a soap opera episode. Cool. Okay, cool.
Jacob, we were. Oh my God, when did Lord of the Rings come out? We were young.
Yeah.
Were we in high school? Oh, please, I have to know. When did Fellowship of the Rings come out? Yeah. Okay, so we were about to graduate. So we were seniors in high school because we went. So, because we did Star Wars, because me and his girlfriend at the time, and still are really good friends. We loved the nerdy stuff. So we wanted to go see the new Star Wars because episode 1 was coming out. And then they did Fellowship of the Rings. So we went. And I will never forget Jacob coming out of Fellowship of the Rings. Like, they didn't even throw the ring. Like, we watched this whole, I'm like, dude, there's like 2 more movies coming. Like, this is one book. We didn't even learn what happened before this and how they even got the ring, homeboy. You expect them to throw it in there in one sitting? Like, he was so mad.
So pissed,
and like, we were just dying laughing. We were like, yeah, you probably should have been warned before you came sit in here.
Yeah. Talking about the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Stardust.
Oh yeah.
God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, Fellowship of the Rings.
I do not like those cliffhangers. Like, get me to the climax, please. Do not leave that waiting. That just is so frustrating because I actually I kind of get frustrated because it feels like everything's a series nowadays. I want like some good standalone books. Like, I get real excited about a standalone because I have completionist mentality. So if I read book 1 and you got 10 books, I'm now in this for the next 5 years. Okay. Like,
and that's like, I abandoned A Court of whatever it is. Yes. I read the first book and I did really like it, but then I found out how many there were and I was like, I just can't be committed that way. Like, and I'm going to be honest, nowadays, if it's a series, I usually don't touch them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless a trilogy
3 max. Yeah.
Max.
Like A Curse So Dark and Lonely I read but it worked beautifully as a standalone. I was happy with it as a standalone. Then book 2 came out, really enjoyed book 2, still happy with it. Book 3 came out, I'm like, good, and it wrapped it all up nicely. But like, I can still pick up A Curse So Dark and Lonely and read that by itself and be content.
And be okay.
But then there's some books where it's like, you know, that things, if I'm a rereader, I reread stuff. So for me, like Gone with the Wind was a book that I loved when I was younger. And thankfully, I had been gifted a copy of Gone with the Wind and a copy of the sequel, which I'm going to put in air quotes because it's like written mostly by somebody else. Okay. Way later, but it's called Scarlet. And the thing is, when you read Gone with the Wind, when I read Gone with the Wind, I had put it off for a really long time because the book seemed intimidating. And then I read it. I was like in high school, I think. I read it. I get to the end. I am bawling like somebody just ran over my cat in front of me or something. Like, I am distraught. And thank goodness I got a chance to go right into the sequel because I am a squishy little girl, and like when you give me a super sad or difficult ending, I'm like, give me a sequel. Give me a sequel right freaking now, and give me the happy ending that we all deserve.
Give me
Okay.
something.
So
Yeah.
I don't care if it's bad. It can be a bad sequel. If it gives me the ending I
Give me
need.
something.
I do not want to have my gut ripped out, or my heart ripped out. No, thank you. Give me something to bring it back.
I have a lot of trouble. If it's too sappy, I will avoid it like the plague. Like, well, and then I say that like unless it's like full tragedy, because like you know how many times I've read Romeo and Juliet just as a little theater nerd.
Tragedy,
like
yes.
Full blown tragedy. I'm good, but like don't give me like a partial.
No. If I know going in it's a tragedy, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I need to know that I'm going into a tragedy and I'm going to be fine. But I don't like a rom-com, really. I don't like a romance trope, to be honest. That's not I am not that girl. It's like so awkward and weird, and I'm like, for me, it's like it's so beyond the realm of what I would ever want or like be comfortable in like having this interaction. Like, I'm embarrassed for you right now. This is not real life. Like, I can't deal with that. It's like secondhand embarrassment. Like, if someone fixed their face to tell me some dumb shit like that, I would look at them crazy and tell them that I have to go.
Sorry, my dog's got an eye that's bugging him and he keeps trying to rub at it. I'm like, don't rub at it. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Like, oh god, I could talk books all freaking day. We need a new book tag.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
we need a new book tag. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let y'all. We're gonna wrap it.
Yeah, we gotta walk away because we will chat all day. We've been in this.
We're gonna wrap it. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for playing along with us and talking cozy beverages and books and all the good things. Totally still with the idea of adding a fragrance category. I'm just saying, somebody add that. That would be amazing. We kind of did that. But all the prompts are in the description box. If you can't see them now, just refresh or come back because they're in there. They just got put in there after we started. So thank you so much. This is so fun.
Thanks, you guys. We will see you all very soon.
Yeah, we'll be on Danny's channel next month for Glitter and Gators. Yay! Topic TBA.
TBA. We'll figure it out.
It's going to be October, though, so I'm sure we'll come up with something fun. I'm just saying.
We got to do something spooky.
That's right. Have a wonderful rest of your day, y'all. Enjoy the fall, and we'll see you next time. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.